What's up, guys? Okay, I hope this video isn't too oddly angled. There's a piece of washi tape you can see over here. And you're probably going to hear people like mowing their lawn and stuff because it's almost 11 o'clock like on a Thursday. And so I want to share with you, there's also coffee on my planner. I want to share with you a video that I have gotten requested to do quite a few times. There's so many loud trucks out. Quite a few times, and that is how I do like my moon planning, how I use the moon to like set goals and stuff. In all honesty, I haven't been doing as intense of like moon stuff as I used to. I don't have the time to. I can't devote to it, and so I just do a page that then I kind of look back on and come up with mantras for and reflect on until the next. I do new moon and full moon so if I do it the new moon, then I do it till the full moon, then the full moon to the new moon, etc. So I will go ahead and show you. This is my happy grimoire. I'm using pages or tabs from an old calendar, and I haven't labeled them yet. This is my wheel of the year section, and then this is my like general section, and then I have goddesses, and then we get into my planner. So that's why it says January, February, March, April. So I have the like moon information kind of in my general information category, and I may break it out into like astrological stuff. I couldn't pronounce that, but right now I just have it in here. So there are three ways. This is gonna be like a talking a little bit here. There are three ways that you can kind of approach planning or goal setting or personal development. That's what I think I called it, like goal setting. Yes, self-development with using the moon. So there are a few ways that you can do this, three ways. The first is to just get to know the moon phases. So you can work with 4 phases, you can work with 8 phases, you can work with 2 phases, new moon and full moon. It doesn't matter. You know, however you find that it resonates and works and speaks to you and, you know, helps you manifest and change and whatever. So the first way is to just know the moon phases. So I have this on my blog, and I printed this out. I'll leave a link to everything down below, but I printed this out to put in my planner so that I could have it with me for like reference. So first way, know the moon phases. You could say, let's do 4 phases. You could do new moon, first quarter, full moon, and last quarter. So at the new moon, you would just look up when the new moon is. And since that's set an intention, you could say, what do you want to grow this cycle? So you could be like, I want to, and it could be trivial to more complex. You could say, you know what? I want to start a memory planner. That's what I want to do at the new moon. So why I like to use the 8 of them, because it kind of gives you a plan of action. So at the new moon, I am going to set an intention of starting a memory planner. So that's my intention. Before the first quarter, which is why I kind of use the waxing crescent and everything, I would plan an outline. I would say, okay, what do I need? What do I want? What do I think would be best for me? The tools, the supplies, the time, the whatever, to start my memory planner. So, okay, let me make a list, plan and outline. How am I going to execute my intentions? Okay, so I need a planner. Am I going to print it? Am I going to buy it? Let me do some research. What do I need? Maybe I need a printer. How am I going to print my pictures? What do I have already that I can use to print my pictures? Maybe I can use, which I related to this, I have a blog post on how to print pictures for memory keeping. What stickers am I going to use? Should I make like a whole basket of stuff? Should I devote things to it? For example, like when I said I wanted to start, which I can't find. Oh, here it is, Free Spirit. I couldn't find it. Which I said when I wanted to start my faith planner. These are the stickers, most of the stickers that I'm going to use in this faith planner. So maybe you do that with your memory planner. What stickers am I going to use? What highlighters? What, I don't know, supplies am I going to use? So at the first quarter, then you start to take action. Or how am I going to memory keep? Am I going to do like rewind spreads? Am I going to do it going forward? So first quarter, take action. Begin to execute your plan of action. Okay, I'm going to start memory keeping. I'm going to set aside, maybe you'll add it in your planner. I will set aside 30 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day to journal about stuff. Maybe I'll do it a day-by-day memory keeping, or maybe I'll sit down for an hour on the weekend, 30 minutes on the weekend, and do my memory keeping for the week. Refine and edit. This is the wax and gibbous. What's truly working for you? So after the first quarter, you've done your memory planning. Maybe you've done it for, a week or so. You've kind of worked, I don't know, maybe this isn't a memory planning isn't the greatest thing because there's only a couple days between these phases here. So now it's refine and edit. Well, maybe I'd find that I don't really have 10 minutes a day to do it. Maybe I'm going to go to every other day. Maybe I will do the week. Or maybe the weekend is really working for me. I think I'm going to maybe add more time. Or maybe, I'm going to, whatever you need to find or refine and edit that you think may be working for you. Then the full moon, you should kind of have the habit already down. I know that this is working. I got rid of this stuff. It did not work for me. I didn't feel it. It wasn't helping me. And this is what I have. And I'm going to celebrate that I have started a habit of memory planning. It could be anything. It could be faith journaling. It could be eating better. It could be spending time with your family, building your relationship, building your self-esteem, reading a book, learning something else. Then the waning gibbous is we have it, we're doing it, we've got the habit established. Now we need to keep going. Make sure you don't just say, okay, I did it, I'm done. If it's something you really want to manifest and keep in your life, make sure you keep going at it. Then the last quarter, you can sort of say, okay, I have gone through all of these things. Let's see what actually really, really is working. Maybe you're like, I don't like this style. I don't, maybe I need to take more pictures, so I need to focus on that. And then the waning crescent is self-care. It's kind of to reflect back on what you have grown, how you've grown over the cycle, what you have realized about yourself, etc. So, like I said, you can use these phases to be as detailed or as trivial as you want. And that is the first way, is to not even care about astrological signs, to not even care what the heck Sagittarius means, to not even care what house anything is in. That's fine. Just to work with the moon phases and see the ebb and flow and how those things resonate with you. The second way to do it is to incorporate in the sign that the moon is in. So like I said, work with the new and the full moon. So the sign that the new moon is where you want to set intentions. And you can kind of do like a new moon and full moon kind of thing. When I was doing a lot more goal setting and self-development with the moon cycles, I mainly focused on what the sign the new moon was in. So if it was Sagittarius, then all of this cycle, I kind of went with what the theme of Sagittarius was, or the theme of Gemini, which I believe is this next coming new moon, I'm pretty sure. Or the theme of Taurus, or the theme of whatever. Now I kind of do new moon, what's the intention, using the energy or the association of the sign that it's in, and then full moon, what's the association, what have I learned about myself, kind of using the energy of the sign or the association of the sign that the full moon is in. So, second way, use the signs, but also incorporate what they mean. You don't have to do too much research for this. I mean, you can do as much or as little research as you want to. Really, honestly, do whatever feels good for you. So, we know that coming up is going to be the new moon in Gemini. Gemini means or represents, or the energy around Gemini is outgoing and adventurous. Again, this is on my blog, and I kind of these are, I guess, associations that spoke to me. So you may do some research and say, you know what, I kind of feel this way about Gemini. That's fine, completely do that. So Gemini, outgoing and adventurous. So we can set an intention at the new moon that's in Gemini of, somebody just posted a picture or something on my Facebook. So we can set an intention at the new moon focused on being outgoing and adventurous. It's kind of hard in this time that we're in, being outgoing and adventurous, because we have to be kind of, staying inside. But you could say, I would like to, I don't know, because we kind of have to do things, I don't want to say by ourselves or whatever, but I would like to start a YouTube channel. That's outgoing and adventurous of me. right? So you can then use these to make a plan to get your stuff done. At the new moon, set an intention, outgoing and adventurous. What do I want to do? I want to start a YouTube channel, a planner Instagram. I want to go do more Instagram TV videos, you know? Okay, what is the plan? What do I need to execute this? Maybe I need to get a tripod. Maybe I need to, play with filming on my camera. Maybe I need to do this. And then first quarter, take action. Let's film a video. Let's edit it. Let's see what's happening. You know, post it, see what's going on. And then refine and edit. What's working? What do I like about my setup? Maybe I need to get new lights. Maybe I really love these lights and I want to do a video on the lights that I'm using, you know, and it's just going through these sections, I guess, and every couple of days, like I said, you'll look up when the new moon and the full moon is, and then like cross quarter between these two is when the first quarter and last quarter is, and you can kind of, you know, you can find a moon app that will tell you when it is. And usually I'd be like, okay, then I'm just going to use generic, what do you call it? Actually, let's see. Okay, so we had the full moon on the 7th. I don't know if I did this for everything. So we had the full moon on the 7th, which means the last quarter was on the 14th. So between the full moon and the last quarter is going to be, what is that? The waning gibbous. So I know the full moon is realization, waning gibbous maybe is right here, is devotion. Last quarter is release. Waning crescent is going to be over here, which is self-care. And the new moon, set an intention. So new moon, set an intention. Waxing crescent, plan and outline. First quarter, take action. You know, such and such a yada yada, etc., etc. So that's the second way, is to incorporate the phases with their associating signs. So you can do every phase. Like, how can I put, if the waxing crescent is in this sign, how can I put that energy of that sign into my plan and outline for my intention for the new moon? But you can also just start off simply, new moon in Gemini. What's my intention? Let's work with Gemini energy all the way through. So that's the second one. First one, just work with the moon phases. This is going to get complicated, so that's why I'm going over it. Just work with the moon phases. Second one, moon phases and the signs. Third one is moon phases and the sign in your astrological, like, birth chart. So this is my natal chart. I have a link on my blog as well to download this guy and fill it out yourself. So what you will then do is you'll say the new moon is in Gemini. Gemini is in my 9th house. And the 9th house is specific. It's not specific. Well, the sign in that house is specific to you, but the 9th house isn't specific to you. Mental exploration. So Gemini energy is, what does it say? Outgoing and adventurous. Gemini helps us realize our uniqueness and express ourselves authentically. So my personal 9th house, where Gemini falls, is mental exploration. So maybe this new moon, I want to set a goal for myself of mental exploration under Gemini new moon. So outgoing and adventurous. What's something mental exploration that could be, and you can do more research, etc. That could be something like, I don't know, learning something, or I don't know, whatever you want it to be, where you're using your mind to explore. It could be a trait about yourself you want to explore. Something you'd like to be outgoing and adventurous with. So let's say I would like to, I hope you can, I'm sure you can hear all of the cars and stuff going by. I would like to learn more, I don't know, about candle magic. I don't know. Or learn more about the goddess Hera. Okay? Let's say that's something that I mentally want to explore. Let's say yours falls in communication or home or creativity or something. You know, you would just choose to set a goal or an intention around that energy for you in that house. I think on that blog post, I go more in depth about it. I don't think I ever worked through this enough, doing it my old way, which was this way of saying new moon in Gemini, where does Gemini fall in my natal chart, work with the energy of Gemini around where Gemini is in my natal chart. I don't think I worked through this enough to kind of be an expert on this. So you can totally look that up, examine what the ninth house means, and that could be part of your set intention. Since there's a couple of days between all of these things, at the new moon, you can start, doing your research. You can do maybe a new moon bath ritual kind of thing. So what I would do is say, okay, new moon, Gemini, mental exploration, ninth house. What kind of essential oils and crystals and stuff to maybe do my new moon, which I normally do a bath ritual, which is just to cleanse my space, set up my bath. I use like Epsom salts and Himalayan salts, and then I'll put some essential oils in there, play some relaxing music, maybe have some crystals and candles around, and I'm just contemplating on what that could mean to me, what this new intention in Gemini and my ninth house of mental exploration. And sometimes those things will come to me and I'll say, oh, okay, that's what I need to look at. And then between the new moon and the waxing crescent, I'll say, I am researching what my intention is going to be. And then at the waxing crescent, once I decide what my intention is, then I keep going on. So that's the third way to do that. First way, just the moon phases. New moon, first quarter, full moon, last quarter, whatever you want to do. Second way, moon phases and the sign that the moon is in. Third way, moon phases, the sign that the moon is in, and how that relates to your natal chart. So I guess maybe you could count this as a fourth way, but it's kind of partly the second way. The way that I do it is I look at the new moon and the full moon, and I just kind of do some research and create mantras, or maybe someone has posted a mantra that I really love, and I will, put that into my planner. So let's go here. So I did a walkthrough, I'm pretty sure, of how I use the Stargazer planner, which you can use any monthly layout. I call it the Trendsetter layout, to kind of do this, because it has these two pages, these two like notes pages after the daily lists or whatever. So this is pretty much how I set this up. Like I said, I use a lot of these stickers. I will go in and use colorful boxes, and then I think in the last one I used some flowers from the Fun Florals, I think it was, because it was like the flower moon or something like that. You can also, full moons have different names, so you can research what the flower moon means, and maybe that sort of, contributes to what you put in this section. So usually the things that I put are what phase of the moon it is, full moon and new moon, the sign, so Libra and Taurus, I also draw it out, and then I use this is like a journaling stencil here, to draw out, make a circle, and draw the moon, and I do that. And I will put essential oils. I didn't finish filling this out or put my box here for the crystals that I use. So I do essential oils, crystals, mantra, and journaling or reflections. This one says reflections. And sometimes the journaling is personal to me, and sometimes the journaling is like, this is what Taurus means. This is what Libra means. This is what, we're being asked to do. And I will leave a link down below to all of the people that I follow on Instagram that I trust, that I get some of this information from. So part of this can be, where can I research? Where will I know these things? So just look it up. You can find people on Instagram and I would find people that find people that you trust. So maybe go back and read some of this stuff, and I don't want to say you're going to get it wrong in the beginning, but you're going to get it wrong in the beginning. So, maybe you'll think a certain thing, and then a year from now it will change. That's how, my journey has kind of gone as I have grown in my I don't know, associations with certain things. So like maybe you find a person who you really like what they have to say, what they're saying to you resonates. And then you're like, you know what? They say that this essential oil or this crystal or something it really brings in this energy. But I think that might be true, but I think this crystal works this way for me, and this other crystal or this other essential oil or this other tarot card or something, you know, really speaks to me in this way. So I'm going to use that for whatever. Usually what I do is I first bring to my planner, my page, what I know about Libra, what I know about Taurus, what I know about, let's go back here, what I know about Scorpio, what I know about Gemini, and I think on that. And then I have a resource, because I use doTERRA essential oils. There is a book called like Essential Emotions or something like that, and it has a lot of the emotional associations with single oils like rose or neroli or orange or lemon or peppermint or lavender or whatever, but it also has their like proprietary blends. So I will go off of that and I'll say, okay, you know, did I write? Because I don't know that much about. Okay, so Scorpio, I wrote forgiveness and transformation. So I would think about what oils that I know of from my history of working with oils or working with crystals or working with tarot, what oils, crystals, tarot cards represent forgiveness and transformation to me. So I do know I chose these. Passion, forgiveness, and peace came from someone, and then I have been using black spruce because for like every sign, because it is stability and clarity and release fear, and it really helps me just ground. And so I've been putting it for like everyone because I find it goes really well with all of the other things that I'm finding. So, and then okay, what crystals? I think I found, I'm not as familiar with crystals as I would like to be, but then you could be like, okay, you know, I think that, you know, this crystal really embodies forgiveness for me, so I'm going to use that. And maybe someone else suggests a crystal that you don't agree with. And you can even go with tarot cards. Okay, what tarot card embodies forgiveness, self-forgiveness, forgiveness of others, growth, like rising from, you know, a failure? What kind of tarot cards do that? And this is kind of a side note, what I normally do, I don't necessarily think that these objects, I guess you would say that, I don't think that these objects inherently possess these powers. I think we apply associations to them, and then we can use that to, I don't know, we kind of personify it, and then we carry things, you know, people carry pocket stones and stuff with them to, I don't know, worry dolls and stuff. It's kind of a way to remember, I want to be brave, so I'm going to use this essential oil and this crystal to remind me to be brave. It's a physical reminder of the emotion or the thing you want to express. I don't think that an essential oil or crystal inherently is brave. So if you kind of have that kind of mindset of this is kind of too odd for me, you can but you still are kind of interested in it, you can maybe bring it to yourself in that sort of way. That doesn't mean that I don't think these things are powerful, I guess. I don't know. This is kind of getting into like my subset of beliefs, I guess, rather than focusing on that. But that's, I guess, a little side note for you. So what I'll do, which this video is getting very long, so I don't know, maybe I'll speed through a portion here of me making a page. But what I'll do is I will have those 3 sections, and then I'll just add things. Oh, here, I wrote themes: forgiveness, transformation, shadow work. Normally, I write it, let's go back to April. Normally, I'd write it like right here. So this time I did something different. So, yeah, so I'll set it up this way, and then at the beginning of the month I will go through and I'll find when the full and the new moon are and what the signs are. Usually I will wait until the people that I trust kind of post their interpretations of the new moon and the full moon, because I don't have the, I don't want to say mental capacity right now, but I don't have the time or mental capacity to do the research like I was doing before, and like I would, really like to do things justice. So that's why I've said that I've found people that I trust, and then I also bring in my own knowledge from working with this for a while. If that makes sense. And so I will, on the new moon, the day of the new moon, I'll maybe sit down for a little bit and I'll thumb through the people on Instagram or their blogs or whatever, their stories, and see what they're saying about the energy that they feel for this time. And I'll say, yeah, okay, that resonates with me. And because I have kind of a, I don't know, an encyclopedia, a reference of a couple of people, I'll say, you know what? I really agree with this mantra, and I think that this person has, yeah, I'm going to tweak it maybe for this. This person has listed these 3 essential oils. Well, I think I identify with this other oil more than this one, so I'm going to sub that one out. And then these crystals, well, I know that rose quartz works for me in this way, so I'm going to not even go to these crystals this person has recommended, and I'm going to, use my own. And then once I have all of that together, I kind of say, okay, this can be in like my reflections section. What do these things speak to me? How am I going to use these things? What is the Gemini energy asking me to do, etc. And then just reflect about it and put it in my journal here. And then like for the mantra, I haven't been good at this. I've been wanting to, but I haven't been doing it, is for having weekly mantras, and I'm not doing it. But for the full moon to the new moon, this one I have been saying. I came up with this one in a bath, I think, at some point, that I am strong, I am a mother, I am an anchor, and I am always growing. And that really, I feel that when I say it. And sometimes you can say, oh, I love that mantra. It's a good thing to think of. And sometimes mantras really do, like, you can feel them, I guess. So that's what I try to do, is find something that I know that I feel when I say it. So yeah. So I think I'll go ahead and set this up, page up. I'm not going to fill it out. I'll just set it up how I would normally set it up. And then I'll do a speed through and you can see that. So there you have it. And that's what I normally just sit and do, is set up this spread, and then I will sit for a bit and fill it out, journal, whatever I need to do. And I even add stuff back in after I get done. Like, let's say I've said, oh man, like I added these flowers in after I realized it was the flower moon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe. I have a couple more like Grimoire with me type of videos on my channel, so I will be sure to link them for you. And yeah, let me know what else you'd like to see, and you know, if this maybe was an overwhelming video or it actually helped you. I don't know. But yeah, so I will talk to you on my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.